I want to bring in Mark Feifley, who is a national security analyst and former deputy assistant to President George W. Bush. He is also the president and founder of Off the Record Strategies. He joins me from Washington, D.C. Thanks very much for being with us once again, Mark. Just a couple of days ago, it felt like the US, as we've been saying, was on the brink of intervening in this conflict. Why do you think the White House has adopted this 2-week deadline? I mean, is this a deflection, or does Trump really have no idea what to do right now?
I think it's two things. One is the domestic U.S. politics of kind of the fight for the heart of the MAGA movement, isolationists versus the hawk. That's going on. Also, I think Mr. Trump is kind of tepid about going in. He, of course, campaigned against these types of excursions internationally. And we also remember back to the invasion of Iraq. It was every diplomatic avenue exhausted before that, going to the United Nations. Colin Powell spending time at the CIA going through all that information. Even through all that, it was an unsuccessful endeavor, as we all know. I think Trump does not want to get into that type of a situation. He wants to make sure the intelligence is clear, that the vision is clear, and that he has his top commanders and the people that are going to put together this type of an operation is 100% on board, and it is as possible as humanly possible that this could be a quick endeavor and get out.
Yeah, I want to get to the lessons that might have been learned from past US involvement in the Middle East. But just staying with diplomacy for the time being, as we heard, Marco Rubio has met with his British counterpart, who is then going on to Geneva for talks with the EU foreign ministers as well as the Iranian foreign minister. What chance do you think that there is a diplomatic solution here?
Not great. I'd say less than 50%, unfortunately, but I think everything has to be tried. So that means you go through the EU and the UK endeavor to attempt to get the Iranian foreign minister in a talk. Mr. Trump uses any back channel he possibly can. Mr. Xi in China, Mr. Putin in Russia, any way that he can to get through. And he's also made some public statements as well through his social media accounts and through public statements as well to try and talk to the supreme leader of Iran, Mr. Khamenei, and have some way to get in touch with him and in touch with them to have that dialogue happen. And I think this 2-week period gives an opening to at least experience and see if that can be accomplished.
You brought this up before. Do you think that the US has learned anything from past involvements in the Middle East, notably Iraq and Afghanistan? And if so, what? And do you think that Trump will take those lessons on board?
I think so. And I think one of the things is don't listen to the experts that talk about the expats from that country and that you're going to be treated with greatness and with rose petals as you go through this type of an endeavor, such as was talked about for Iraq. And the other thing is that there is a movement within Iran, of course, that was the Green Movement in 2009. I don't think that the supreme leader and his leadership is greatly admired by a lot of Iranians, but it's still a strong 3-decade-old leadership, autocracy in Iran that is going to remain there for the foreseeable future. And we believe that one will have to work with them in the weeks and months ahead.
Thank you so much, Mark. As always, we really do appreciate you coming on and giving us your thoughts. Mark Feifley there for us in Washington, D.C.
Thank you, Tom.
Well, there have been multiple Israeli attacks across Iran overnight. In the northern city of Rasht, there has been an explosion on the outskirts of the city. There have also been explosions in the sky over Tehran as Israel targets specific locations in the capital.